there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop on and talk about some of the signs that your hormones may be off. Now, I put the top 3. This is the most common things that I chat with women about. By no means is this the end of the list, and you can have a really fun combination of some of these things on here, plus others. Isn't that delightful? It's so delightful. Oh my God. This is such a frustrating topic for women. This is such a exhausting topic, right? Where you're thinking, okay, I'm doing all these things. I'm eating really healthy and clean. I have been doing X, Y, and Z. I've been doing all these things for such a long time. I eat really healthy and clean. I'm trying to do all these things. Yet I'm still experiencing trouble in this area. Or if I can get my system to lose weight, I am still exhausted and my cycle is terrible. And a lot of women don't actually believe that having all of these things function properly is a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. When your body functions better and you feel better, everything else shifts and changes from there. It's a completely different experience than living in your body. Yes. So before I jump into any of these other things here too, I'm going to talk about Dutch test. This is my favorite way to test your hormones and see what's really going on there. So I'm going to put a link in the comments right there for you to click on. Now, with Dutch test, what happens is that you click the link there. You give me a little bit of information so I know which one to send you because there's different types. It gets sent right to your house. There's different payment options, things like that to make it affordable for people. I know it can be a tough time for people right now, but a really important time to really take control of your health and where it's going, right? And where it's going. So the test gets sent right to your house. You take the test, you send it into the lab. The lab analyzes it, and once your results are ready, we go over it. And I help you decipher exactly what all this stuff means and help you get started on filling the gaps for exactly what your body needs. Now, this isn't something that's just like, oh, okay, I guess it's nice to know. No, this is going to give you information that's going to be helpful for your health for the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next year, or even longer. It's amazing, some of the information that we can find out from this. And it's done through urine, which means it tests your metabolites of everything. Ugh, so fantastic. They have a lot of Precision Analytics is the company. Dutch test, again, you can Google these things and learn more about this test too. But again, for me to send one to you, just go in the comments there, fill out that link so I can get the right one sent to you. Ooh, yes, great question. Will this give information even if you had a total hysterectomy? Absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, about half of the women I work with, 40 to 45% at least, right off the top of my head, are in perimenopause, menopause, that type of a thing. Because even if you're in menopause, we can still see a total breakdown of what all your hormones are doing. So even if you have had a hysterectomy, there's still hormones that are produced by other tissues in your body that still impact all of these things. That's the other shocking thing. And you can still have an issue with how your body, specifically liver, is processing these hormones, leading to all these other, I get so excited talking about it, I can't even talk. Leading to all these other issues. Oh, Jessica, you guys are just asking like that. I did not plant these questions. These are just coming in naturally. What if you're having all the symptoms but currently on birth control and IUD? Yes. Will the Dutch test come back normal? So what's really fascinating is that if you are on an IUD or any other type of birth control, you put that information in there, it will shift kind of the top levels here, but we can still see how your body is processing these things here. There is a lot of things, even if you're on a copper IUD, because a copper IUD, even though it technically is supposed to make the, uterine lining, like, it's like, I love how they talk about this. I think it's the funniest thing ever. Hostile environment for sperm. Hostile. Like, your uterus is like gonna start attacking. It sounds like it's from a comic book, honestly, the way they describe it. I'm like, come on, people. Anyway, that's a copper. But there is still effects for copper and how it impacts the production of hormone in your ovaries. Yeah. They won't say it there on the general thing, and if you quick Google, it's not there. But if you dig deep and if you really do research on copper in the female body and how it impacts those hormones, it's there. And I guarantee, actually, there was a friend of mine who we went over her Dutch, and I was talking to her about this, and I was like, listen, She goes, yeah, I have the copper because it's supposed to be the best one. And I was like, okay, but based on what your results are, you know, it's a lot, right? There's a lot of things going on that are exactly the impact of having a copper IUD for a long period of time. Maybe I'll do a podcast with her if she's open to it. Let me know if you guys would be interested in hearing that. Some of the experience of the gals that I've worked with, that have gone through Dutch testing, shifted some of those things based on just what they learned about and these are some of these gals that I work with, brilliant health people, right? They're already in the health space. It's not like there's somebody like, I don't know anything, I'm just trying to do. No, these are some of my friends who like are health and wellness educators. Yeah. And that we go through this information and it changes everything for them because you're getting it customized to your body. So drop me a comment if you want me to do a podcast or something. Do you ever recommend removing an IUD, or can you tell if the IUD is causing the issues you find? Ooh, good question. So I never tell anybody what to do, ever, what to do with their situation, we'll say. That's not my place. All I do is say, hey, here's what you have going on. And oftentimes this or that, right, is going to be impacting your hormones in this way. For some women, they are on a specific, you know, birth control for reasons, right? For lifestyle reasons or something else. Not my place to judge, not my place to, you know, say this or that. I'm just going to recommend, you know, this is what this is going to do physiologically in your body. And if you're open to shifting that, that's your choice, right? But if not, okay, right? Okay. That's just fine. Like for gals that are athletes, when I work with athletes and they're on a birth control pill, and I tell them that being on a pill actually decreases your athletic performance 11% across the board. That means your speed, your performance abilities, yeah, everything, your everything about your performance decreased by 11%. What? Now, I was an athlete in college, and I was on a pill. Okay. I promise I won't start sweating a lot on this when I get worked up about stuff. But these are really great questions. And these are really great questions that women ask in terms of what their health is and where they want to take it. So it's my job as I see it is just to tell you what you have going on and then give you action steps to help take care of it. For a lot of gals, they're like, listen, my this or that, here's my choice that I would move forward with. That's totally fine. I'm going to tell you, hey, let's help your liver out then, because this is where your liver is hurting, whether or not it's from something, right? So, for example, if you have an IUD and it's impacting your body in a certain way, you may need, and you're like, I want to keep the IUD, totally fine. That's your choice. And it's not I'm not going to judge on anything there. That's you. Awesome. I'm going to support you and what you in your body needs. So I'm just going to tell you, let's help this liver pathway by doing this then. Win-win-win, right? Win-win-win, yes. Emily, I'm in menopause and I've gained about 30 pounds since December. Thyroid normal. Okay, can't lose weight. Sleep is off. Energy on. Ooh, Emily, great questions. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So, being in menopause, women will gain 7 to 10 pounds on average just going through menopause. Thyroid thing, I recently did a video on thyroid. So, podcast, when I mentioned that, my podcast is called The Female Health Solution. You can subscribe to that. I've done some great episodes on BMI and PCOS recently. So those are really helpful information. Thyroid, I just did a video on thyroid last week. So check that out, because hopefully you got all of your thyroid numbers, not just your TSH. Sleep is off, energy down. Yeah. Yeah. Classic that you would need a bigger picture at what your hormones are doing. Because even if your ovaries go dormant, your body still needs to process these hormones. It's not like estrogen disappears from your body. It's just at a different, smaller level. And if you had an issue with it before, it's still going to be an issue after going through menopause. One of the most common things that I hear from women going through menopause is that they'll be through menopause, but still having hot flashes like 5 years later. I'm like, yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal at all. Let's fix that. Let's help your liver. Let's fix that. I keep pointing to these things right here. All this is phase 1 and phase 2 of metabolism of estrogens. Happens in the liver. I talk about liver a lot. A lot more than I think a normal person should. Yes. But anyway, Emily, if you missed my video on thyroid, you can either go scroll back in my Facebook and look at it, or my YouTube channel is Dr. Beth Westy. That's going to have it. You can search for it there. Yes. Okay. So Dutch test. So helpful. So helpful for a lot of these things. So again, top things here that I talk about, heavy cycles, irregular cycles, painful cycle, substitute that in for menopause too. I'm having these issues. I'm still having pain. I'm still having hot flashes. I'm still having, issues with my hormones. I'm getting, headaches still. And I used to get headaches right before I got my period or something. And now I'm still having those headaches and I'm through menopause. What the crap? Yeah, that's the thing. Fatigue. Now this isn't like, oh, I'm tired. This is like, I'm so exhausted, I can't even think about going to the gym to work out. I want to work out. And if I force myself to go, if I force myself to be active like I want to be, I pay for it for days because your system is so depleted, like a battery that just, no energy left, right? And it never feels like you get to really reboot the battery. If anything, maybe you get like a quarter energy in there. Then you're like, okay, there's something. Let me work out, because if I'm active, that'll help boost my energy, right? And it does the opposite. It just drains it down, right? That and sleep. You're totally exhausted, yet you can't get to sleep, can't stay asleep. What? Yeah. Hormone issues can keep you up at night. And if your system is not resting and repairing overnight, it's going to create more problems the next day. Oh, duh. Yes. All these things we look at through Dutch test, and I can tell you exactly what your system is going on. The most common thing that women tell me as I go over the results with you, because it's like 45 minutes to an hour on the phone going over your results. Because I explain it in detail so much. The most common thing women say is, oh my God, I can't believe you can see that on there. I'm not crazy. And I'm like, no, you're not crazy, because what I'm seeing here is this would be the thing in your system, and it would be something that you didn't tell me at the beginning. It pops up in your results. So the sleep thing, the fatigue thing, like, oh, I'm so tired, I want to sleep. But even if I do sleep, I don't feel rested. I don't feel like I'm getting up and I'm getting that energy, and then my body is just totally battery drained all day. Yeah. You're not alone. This is really common, and one of the core issues with it is not just, oh, I need an energy drink or something. No, the core issue is your hormones are off. Yeah. The last one I put on here that kind of encompasses all of that is weight. You'll gain weight like that, and you won't be able to lose it. And if you try to do a quick fix, if you're trying to like cheat the system, if you do something like, oh, keto, please don't do keto. This video is not about keto. If you want me to do another video on keto, I can. I've done some before. People don't like it when I say, please don't do keto. But please don't do keto. You need carbs. Your system needs carbs. The female body needs carbs. This is not up for debate, because research for those things is done on men. If you have a male body physiologically, fine. But if you have a female body, female physiology, you need some carbs. Yes. But because women go through, yes, oh yeah, keto videos, those are going to be on my YouTube channel. Because we go through these hormone changes, because we do these depletion diets, it drains our system, right? And it slows down our metabolism. So that way, when you do something like that to try and lose weight, you might lose some weight. Say you lose 15 pounds doing keto. The second you stop, because it's not a maintainable lifestyle for women and it's not good long term, you're not only going to gain that weight back, you're going to gain more on top of it. And then the weight loss resistance that you have is tenfold. Yeah. We have to reteach your body how to burn carbs. We have to reteach your body that you're not going to deplete it from nutrients again. Whole different thing that we go through. Okay. But that's the weight piece of it. So all these things that your body is dealing with, there's more. Sometimes there's, skin issues, hair issues, all these other things. You just don't feel the same in your body anymore, and it's not responding the same at all. It's not you, you're not crazy, it's your hormones, and there's a whole different thing going on, right? And what we do when we go over this is go over your results, help identify where the problems are, and then find the right things to get you set on the right path again, right? Instead of being lost in the woods, we get you on the trail and get you going. That's what we do. Okay, there's a couple of comments here. Ooh, how do you treat hormone imbalance? Is it supplements, diet, exercise, other? Oh, great question. Well, the first thing is we figure out exactly what's going on, so we know exactly. Yep, and then sometimes if there's supplements needed, yes. Those are not forever though, right? Like a lot of times we'll go through phases of them. If we need to go through a liver detox or something, we'll talk about that, and that being a phasic thing. You know, if you're nutrient depleted in something, which we can see on Dutch Test as well, we talk about that. It's all customized to you. Dietary things, absolutely customized for you, customized recommendations in terms of what's going to be best for your system. And then exercise. Yeah, for some women, I'm like, yeah, keep working out the same that you're working out. That's totally fine. If your cortisol levels are way off and wonky, that's a technical term. Oh my God. Oh, if they're wonky, if your cortisol levels are really askew, right? It's really like the fatigue piece of it, and you're trying to go to the gym or you're trying to work out and do all these things, it's going to deplete your system more. So for some women, I tell them, listen, just take a break for right now. They're like, yeah, I'm trying to go to the gym, but I go maybe once or twice a week, and then I work out, and then I suffer, and I'm so sore, and I'm exhausted for days, and then I get up back to like normal, right? And then I try and go again, and then you get just depleted again. I'm like, stop doing that. Stop going. We need to reset your system first and wait until you have so much energy and rebuild your body so that you can be more active. You can get to the gym and work out, and it's a positive result, and it's not depleting you further. So it depends for that, but really, really, really great question there. It's different for everybody. It's honest. I never give anybody the same things because everybody has a different body. Yes. And, oh my God, I feel like you know what I'm going through. Yeah, because this is what I do. This is what I work with women all day. Because yeah, women suffer from a lot of these things, and we suffer and are frustrated because we're trying to work within a system that was made for the male body. And if that's not your physiology, it's not going to work and it's not going to feel good. Right? Right. So that's what we do. We figure out exactly what's going on, get all the puzzle pieces that uncovers the map that your body needs, and then I give you the map and say, here we go. And then off to the races. Yeah. All right. That's what I got for you guys today. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Again, I'm here as a resource for you. I mentioned my podcast and my YouTube channel, all places for you to get more information. And I also have my book. It's called The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. I do talk more about nutrition that matches your hormones and your cycle. I do talk about different phases of life in here as well. And for those of you that are in the perimenopause, menopause stage, I do have a book called The Female Menopause Solution, and that is on Amazon as well. So lots of info for you, lots of places to start, lots of research to do. And for those of you that are looking for other things, right? Because I talk about resources that I have created. If you're like, okay, well, who else? You know, always message me. If you're looking for actual articles, actual research, there's only 2 other people that do research on women right now currently, and have recent research on the female body, and it's still not a ton of it, but there's some of it out there. A lot of what I talk about comes from the Eastern medicine background. So that's another piece that gets tied in with all the recommendations that I make for women. So it might sound a little different because it's not westernized, we'll say, because I'm trained in acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and I've studied a lot of Ayurveda. Amazing, amazing resources for women when you're stuck and frustrated in a body that's not responding to a male, Western medicine-centric point of view. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you need anything else. Otherwise, I'll see you later, and have a great night.